What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Look, welcome to another great episode of Ringside. Because look, on today's episode, we will be discussing.
Hey, Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou, they happened. The fight happened in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and the outcome was very unexpected. Man, stay tuned for more.
Hey, stay tuned for more. You already know what it is. Let's go. Ringside, baby. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome to Ringside with Ray and Prince. Actually, it's welcome to Ringside with Ray Leonard and Prince Daniels. We switching up the name, baby. We talking real sports talk. Look, we're here to educate you, to entertain you, and empower you. So make sure that you hit that like and that subscribe button and share this channel with the people that you care about the most. As you can see, that intro is nice, baby. So, man, hit that like. You already know what I'm saying? Look, Ray, what's going on, man? How you doing, baby, on this Thursday?
Man, I got the baby here pumping today. You know how it go. It's Thursday, right? We ready to go. We rocking and rolling.
Hey.
Tyson Fury fought Francis Ngannou this past weekend in a boxing match and shocked the world.
Shocked the world.
Ngannou.
Francis Ngannou. He did his thing. What? Hey, was you proud of him, Ray? Was you proud of him?
Hey, I was super proud of what Francis Ngannou did. He came out, he was patient, he was comfortable. Like most thing that happens, the first thing when you get to a boxing match, people tense up, right? Because you always worried about getting hit. And sometimes the person who was the most relaxed person in the ring ends up coming out at the victor. But this cat came in first boxing match going up against probably one of the greatest heavyweight champions of our generation and was calm, collected. He had a game plan. He didn't get flustered, and he knocked his butt down. He knocked him down. There was nobody predicted that, man.
No,
besides him, besides Francis, probably.
Man, what round? I think he knocked him out in the third round, and everyone thought, for me, when I saw it, I thought it was scripted. And when they slowed it down on the replay, I was saying to myself, well, that looked like that was a nice blow to the head. And Tyson Fury, he gets hit a couple of times to the head, and he'll take them, and he'll fall down to the ground, and he'll get back up. He's known for dying and then resurrecting himself. So I felt like he was going through that same that same motion and got back up, and he finished the fight. It was 10 rounds, man. So, but that fight, that knockout, it looked scripted, but I know that it was real. So, man. When I saw it, Tyson Fury
I think what happened is Tyson Fury, he just didn't have any respect for him. Right? He thought his whole thought process is, I'm gonna go out, be faster, I'm gonna outbox you. I don't you've never done this before, and you're gonna fall into my trap. And so he was swinging punches. He was a little bit reckless. He dropped 2 1-2s back to back, and Francis Ngannou came with a check left hook. With a counter check left hook, which if you don't see that, if you don't see it, you can get knocked down easy, especially with heavyweights. So we talked about it before. It's like we were saying, everybody was like, Francis don't have a chance, but I said, like these are big dudes. They heavyweights. If you get touched, ain't nothing you could do. You 6'6", 275, and he hits you in the head, it's gonna be a problem. Now,
some power coming behind them punches.
Now everybody got hyped about the knockdown, but when you really watch the fight, Fury went in there. He was a professional. He did what he had to do. He's like, man, this dude got some power. I need to go in here and just throw my punches and just box him. So Time Master said Fury 97, 93. I thought it was a little bit closer to that because of the knockdown. And Fury didn't do a whole lot, but he outboxed him. He won the fight. So folks are saying he was robbed. That's you don't know boxing.
So the fight basically ended in a split decision, and Tyson Fury, he won the fight. So did you think that he won the fight? Were you sure that he won the fight, or what was your thought process at the end of the fight, Ray?
Yeah, I was sure he wouldn't fight. I mean, because I knew exactly what he was going to do after he got knocked down. He said, "I'm gonna go in here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna box. I'm gonna outpoint him. I'm gonna score, score, score." Right.
Right.
So
Right.
he gonna build it up every single round. I'm gonna get 10-9, 10-9. So he
Yeah.
built the points up, and although the fans did not like it, and it doesn't look good, but the sweet science of boxing says,
Mhm.
here, this is what the scoring is. And so he outpointed him, what, 71 to he landed him 71-59.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
like
It was,
the
it was
numbers,
massive, mates.
yeah, hey, wait, men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
We look. So did you think Francis Ngannou won the night? Because that's what everyone was saying. Like he won everybody over with just showing up and getting in the ring and dominating like that in that fashion. For it being his first time, and he didn't get caught up in the hype. He just came in, and he did his thing, man.
And I was impressed. Now,
Mm,
the WBC has ranked him
yeah,
and given him all these accolades, which,
yeah,
I think is cool,
yeah,
but he has a long way to go. But
yeah.
I was super impressed by what he did, man. Like
Mhm.
you can't take anything away from him, and the fact that he just said, look, I'm gonna show you this that I can be a crossover because I'm actually a real fighter. He's
Mm,
been a fighter,
yeah.
so it wasn't as big as adjustment as most people thought it would be
Uh-huh,
because
uh-huh.
he has had stand up. He has
Mm,
been a fighter. I mean,
yeah,
even when you watch Conor McGregor with Floyd Mayweather,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
he didn't embarrass himself
Mm-mm.
because he's a fighter, and
Yeah,
it's different because
right.
you have to stand up, your feet movement. But
Yeah,
guys that are professional fighters and you train,
yeah.
you can figure it out. And Ngannou is just man a beast for that. So
Man,
I'd
he's
like
a
to
fighter.
I'd like
He's
to
a
see him stay in there and see what else he can do in that space because the heavyweight division ain't that sexy.
mm, man, I love it, man. I mean, he is a fighter. You said that several times, but that's the reflection of his life, man. So I don't know if everyone has heard about his story. I know even Tyson Fury, he he highlighted his story and said, man, this guy's story is amazing. How he started off in Cameroon, Africa, and he started off as a child in the sand mines, mining sand, looking for material in Africa, and so while he was doing that, man, he had a goal set out for himself. He had a big dream. He said, "I need to get up out of here, man." And uh, um, and I think that him going through that hardship at an early age allowed for him to be the individual that stepped into that ring and stepped into his own and like defend himself, man, because he has taken so many risks in life, and this was just another opportunity for him to just walk into his greatness. And
Mm.
that's what he did. And I was super proud of that, just being an African and just understanding, that this story is very empowering for a lot of young black and brown gentlemen, a lot of older and elder black and brown gentlemen that live in America, that live in Europe, that live in Africa, that live all over the globe. Like
Yeah.
as long as you have a vision, a dream, a goal, you can pursue that, man. And nothing is impossible unless you believe it is. And he's living out his reality, meaning where his dream and his reality have merged and become one. And now
Mm.
he's considered one of the best in the world. So, man, this is you have to go back and listen to his story.
But
Go listen
that's
to it.
that's it. When you have that self belief
Yeah.
and you are determined, this guy, he left Cameroon, his journey embarked through Europe. He was stopped 6 times in Morocco. He got the Spanish international waters. The Coast Guard saved him. He was homeless in Paris. I
Mm,
mean, when you got somebody like that is that determined, you can't
yeah,
count him out. And so
man.
shout out to him.
You know what, Ray? I want to ask you this real quick. Since you know Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson trained Francis and Ngannou, so they have this similar background of upbringing where they don't really trust anybody because they had a lot of hardship growing up. Do you think that was the best trainer for Francis for this fight?
Yeah, I think it was definitely some camaraderie there from a mindset, and the mindset is that you getting everybody against you. Your back is against the wall. Nobody expects anything from you. If you go and get here and get knocked out, so what? Man, like, oh, you were overmatched. But if you go in here and shock the world,
Mm.
then it's a whole different thing, and you become a testament to what determination can do. So he had Teddy Atlas work with him. He had Tyson work with him. And he had some of the best folks work with him in the game to get him centered and to show him some of the tricks of the trade. But at the end of the day, it's what he has gone through and his accomplishments in life that prepared him for this space, that he wasn't overwhelmed by the size of the event and went out there and performed like a champion. So shout out to Francis Ngannou, Viva Africa, my man out there doing his thing. So I love it, man. I love it. I love it when a brother comes through and do his thing.
Do his thing, baby, and be an inspiration and an aspiration to every single body in this world. Just remember, no matter your skin color, you can make things happen. It's all about the mind and your ability to believe in yourself. Use your emotions to drive you to the thing that you manifest to crystallize your reality. Look, I know there's a possibility that he could fight Deontay Wilder. I think that's going to be a really big fight, so I'm looking forward to that, man. I would love to see that. I know they're teasing that, but let's see what's going to happen, man. That's going to be amazing, wonderful, colossal.
Sharks in the water, man. I think give him a couple fights against guys that he can just build a record up against first. Keep honing his craft in the boxing game.
Yeah.
You want to throw him in against two of the best that ever did it back to back. Not saying that he can't do it, but even the best fighters coming up that have years and years of experience don't do that back to back. So, but if the money right,
you know what time it is. It is time to bring in our NFL analyst, the one and only, the best, Miss Ashley Ross. She hasn't been in here in a while, Ray. So, after she beat your Cowboys, she's been MIA for a minute. So, man, let's see if we can get Ashley to come back on the show. What's up, Ash? How you doing?
It's been a long 3 weeks. I see how the last 20 years have been for Cowboy fans. Nothing but heartache and discrimination and just it's been rough. I knew Ray was not going to take it easy on me today. And in fairness, I did not take it easy on him when his team got waxed. So I am here for all the smoke, Ray.
Oh, what's up with Purdy? Purdy was so Purdy.
Hold on. Look, I want to chime in real quick. Look, what since you came in with a handkerchief, drying your tears because of the San Francisco 49ers, what do the Niners need to get back on track?
Well,
losing.
It definitely helps having an active.
Hold on, Prince. Okay. You just gonna let her just go ahead and just talk about that and talk about the Niners and what they need, and not represent and understand that they've been getting smacked in the mouth for 3 weeks.
All right.
Well, Ray, let's look at the factors that have contributed. One, no Deebo Samuel. Now, I agree that with the offensive weapons that they have in Ayuk and Kittle and McCaffrey, should no Deebo stop this entire offense? No, but he is a big part of the offense. Let's start there. On defense, I went back and watched that Bengals game. Let's just call a spade a spade. They got bullied by the Bengals. And you know what they did in response? They said, Chase Young, we'll go ahead and get you. So they went ahead and got, oh boy, from Washington.
Hey, that was a big move. That was a strong move right there.
Brought him over.
She sounds like a Cowboys fan. Making excuses.
Just because you guys didn't make moves at the deadline, Derrick Henry, just because you guys didn't make moves at the deadline and other teams did, don't be a hater, Ray. Let me continue with my soliloquy. So with the 49ers, this has been a rough going, right? You can't slice it or dice it. The first, 5 games of the season, they scored at least or over 30 points. The last 3 games, they've been held to 17. Do I think that this will continue? No. But they need to win, and they need to win quickly. Now, maybe I and some other people, we got a little too hyped on the Purdy train, and he's looking more like a 1 or 2 year, player who's going through some
Mr. Irrelevant. Mr.
No,
Irrelevant.
he's going through some woes and progressions and trying to do a little too much, which we see when your boy Dak tries to do a little too much and throw his interceptions. But we're on Purdy right now.
Let me take up for Brock Purdy right now, okay?
Yes.
And I'll say this. Look, just hear me out. Hear me out.
All right.
Let me talk. Let me have my soliloquy. All right. So Brock Purdy had a concussion protocol not too long ago. And what happens is you go through saying your ABCs backwards, and it's difficult to say your ABCs backwards when you are conscious. And you go through your numbers and hold up fingers as well. And I think that they rushed to put him back into the game because they wanted to win. And now you're seeing the effects. And so right now, Brock Purdy is his body is in fight or flight mode. And so until he learns how to settle with that injury that he had in the past, I don't think he's going to be able to make the decisions that he needs to make. His body needs to rest because after you have a concussion, after you've been concussed, you need time to rehab. You need time to rest and allow for the brain to get back to its normal state, so it can fire those neurons that it needs to communicate. So he's not making the best decisions. So that's how I'm going to take up for Brock Purdy on this episode. Why?
I'm not going to let y'all off that easy.
Okay,
I'm just saying, right?
No,
go ahead,
Brock
speak
Purdy,
your piece.
Brock Purdy, once you actually get tape on somebody, you can make adjustments of what they're good at and what they're bad at. If you ain't got tape, then it's like, okay, here, we don't know how to make him move around. But now the league has tape, and we've seen what happened. He doesn't make the big throws. He don't have the big arm. He can't move around. And if you put him in a situation where he has to be decisive early, then he has a problem. I see Purdy ain't so Purdy no more. He looked like the girl in the club when the lights come on at the end of the night. That's what he is.
Not the lights on.
Yeah, he was pretty. He was pretty until the club lights came on. They turned the house lights on. He's like, woo! Who is
you ain't trying to get Purdy's number no more now that the lights came on. You ain't trying to get Purdy's number.
Hell no. He got all the eyelashes over here. He looking crazy, mascara down here. No.
You start dancing closer and closer to her. Yeah. And then when the lights come on, you be like, ooh.
Hey.
So Ray, do you think the 49ers are asking for Trey Lance back?
No.
Oh yeah. They want Trey back. They want that old thing back.
Nah, you can keep that. You can keep
some
that.
Body rocking, knocking the boots. They want the old thing back, man. They want the good love. They want Trey Lance back.
Hey, I don't know if the Cowboys is willing to give Trey Lance back.
Hell no.
I think Trey is gone. But you know what? And every week, listen, I give credit where credit is due. The Cowboys have responded well since that beat down in the Bay. They have responded really well. The only thing that concerns me, because I'm going to come with a concern with the Cowboys, is when I look at the run game and I look at how the trade deadline has passed and no move at running back was made. I just don't know if Pollard is the guy to take you to the finish line. I mean, I look at his last 4 games. Only once in those last 4 games has he got over 50 yards, which in my opinion, as a running back with that line, I know a couple guys have been hurt. That's just not great production value. Now, who is going off for the Cowboys is one CD Lamb. CD had in the game, 12 receptions, I think over 150 yards, 2 tutties. CD is as advertised and more. So there's a lot to be excited about in Dallas. But how do you feel now that the trade deadline has come and gone and you still have Pollard as your number 1 back?
I was very disappointed. Thank you for that, Ashley. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, Ray. I threw you a bone.
I know you go back and you watch tape, so you see what's happening with the offensive line in the run game, which is very pedestrian. I was hoping we would get Big Henry, big boy, come on there, get a little smash and grab, and then we got the fast back to go out the other side. But we didn't do a dang on thing. Jerry Jones, I need to hold you accountable. Like it's accountability.
You want to call Jerry up?
Where's my phone? You know what, Jerry?
Matter of fact, Ray, you can use mine. Here you go.
Jerry, I need you to make a move. I need you to get a big running back, a Bruce, or somebody that can go in there and have that 4-minute offense to kind of slow things down, to not put so much pressure on the Dak, and somebody that's going to actually move something, get out the way. That's what we had Derrick Henry get out the way because Tennessee Titans is trash. So we had the opportunity. CD Lamb said, "Give me the goddamn the ball."
No,
it's all right, Ray.
Yeah,
Let it
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Let him know.
Give
Let
me the
him
damn
know.
ball. He went Keyshawn on. He said, "Give me the damn ball." And
Right.
CD has stood up and did his thing. But our running game, that is going to be our Achilles heel. That's what scares me going into the season. I'm going to talk my talk because the defense is back to being elite.
Elite. Who's your boy? Who's your boy on defense that has those three pick sixes? What's his name?
Oh, Deron Bland.
Deron Bland.
Yeah,
he's
everybody
the real
was
deal.
talking about him when Diggs went down. They said, "Oh, y'all need some flavor," and what we had was Bland, right? So now he got to put a little salt and sugar on top of his thing. He got a little flavor in there. He put some Old Bay seasoning, and he actually making things happen. He playing like he wants. Deron is not Bland. He is seasoned, baby.
Deron, not Bland. No, I'm 100% with you, Ray. That what concerns me is when you get into the playoffs again, and I bring this back. If you know that as much as the 49ers are struggling right now, C-Mac is the offensive weapon that keeps on giving. And I don't know that when you're in those type of smash mouth games, if you guys have the true running offensive power to kind of combat some of that 49er, that Eagles, that run it down your throat vibe that you're going to get in the playoffs.
No, they don't. And they're going to have to put the ball in Dak Prescott's hands. So we're going to have to either
we see what happens when that goes down.
But he has to evolve at this point in time. It's like this is his redemption. This is his second go around. Right. So in the beginning of the season, well, we're in the mid-season, but in the beginning of the season, as we saw it, he had to play within a small frame. He had to make sure that he managed the game well. He didn't throw interceptions. And so now down the line, now that they understand that the run game doesn't work, Dak needs to step up and say, look, this is my team. And if I throw interceptions, then look, it's on me, but I have to win. Look, Eli Manning used to throw all the interceptions in the world, then come back and throw 5 touchdowns. So he cannot play with fear. He has to make sure that he plays with all the confidence that he has in his bone and make sure that he gets his team over the hump, man. Don't be another Tony Romo.
Hey, Prince Daniel, do you have any tread left on those knees?
Yeah, Prince, come on, Prince. Jared, the Ravens, but
I think Prince can give us 3 yards to climb dust, man. He a little heavier, he a little wiser. He can give us some smash mouth.
Hey, my game was always a fall forward. I never felt this, man. Anytime somebody would get me in the backfield, I'm always making somebody miss. Boom, boom, boom. At least get back to where the ball was placed. So look, get me in the game, Jerry. What's up?
Okay,
baby?
Prince. Before we transition to the next thing, right now, if they put you in a game, how many yards could you give us right now if they put you in a game?
I can give you 70 yards. I can give you 75.
So more than Tony Pollard currently.
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. With this 4.5 speed that I have right now.
Oh, I don't know. He was stuttering. He was like, I don't know.
4.5.
I might be 7.
Look, I ran a
4.2.
I ran a 4.2, so my time has definitely decreased. But like I said, I can run a 4.5 right now, and I can give you 75 yards.
Oh, it went up.
Speaking of teams that have gone up this season, what are some of our biggest surprises thus far? Because we're at almost the halfway point. We're about at the halfway point. What are some surprises that we've had this year? Some teams that we weren't expecting to be as good as they are, that we're like, this is a real contender. Prince, let's start with you, and then we'll go to Ray.
I'll say the Jaguars. Duval. You had that echo in my ear, in my head some time back, and as I started to see them win some games, I was like, okay, all right, they're getting it together. I don't know what they're doing this year, but I definitely put them at the bottom of the list. But they definitely surprised me, so I'm going to go with Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
What you
Ray,
got, Ray?
Who you got as your biggest surprise thus far?
Jets, Jets. Zach Wilson.
This is a positive surprise, though.
It's a positive surprise. They lost their Messiah. They lost the man, Aaron Rodgers, at the beginning of the season. So you think that they just gonna go down and falter, but the Jets are still battling. They playing ball. Zach Wilson out there talking to people, mama. He had to throw the ball. Okay, he got Breece Hall running the ball. The defense is playing pretty good. I mean, it's surprising to see after you lose your main QB, your QB1, the guy that was supposed to take you to the promised land, and you come back and you got the pizza delivery guy out there doing work. So shout out to Zach Wilson.
Shout out to Zach and the Jets. It's a hard knock life for them in 2023.
Every week we do this show, Ray, I know that if we go right, Ray's going to go left, but I was not expecting the Jets. I'm genuinely surprised at that pick. I will say that my surprise pick is the Detroit Lions. The Lions are the little engine that could. We had Dan Campbell come out a couple years ago. We're going to bite kneecaps off. I'm like, what is this dude talking about? And now you've got one of the best offensive units. They're able to run it down your throat. They've got a solid defense. And, Jared Goff, when the Rams shipped him out, we thought he was going to go to no man's land, and he's really revived his career out there in Motown. So there's a lot of action. It's a little revival going on in Motown out here.
That part.
So I know that we said our biggest surprises. I think collectively we can all agree who the biggest disappointment is through the first 8-9 weeks. And that's going to be the Raiders.
Ooh.
Until
Ooh, you got a Beast Mode shirt on.
Evening. So if you guys have been living under a rock as you guys are watching this, the Raiders fan base, and I follow the Raiders fan base pretty quickly. I have very close people in my life that are Raider fans. Raider fan base, they were not feeling Josh McDaniels. And I knew that this situation was a wrap when rumblings came out last week that they had a players meeting with the coaches, airing out grievances. Anybody that's ever been on any kind of sports team, when you have those type of meetings, those aren't good signs. But the worst sign is when you come out of the meeting and you play like they did on Monday night against Detroit. Flat, uninspired, frustrated. So you knew at some point something had to give. Now, did I know that it was going to be all this, that they're going to announce both the GM and coach are gone, Jimmy's to the bench, and the OC is gone as well? I didn't know we were gearing up for all that, but what are your thoughts on the Raiders pulling the plug on the Josh McDaniels era?
Who you want to start with?
I thought it was great. I thought it was great. They need a change. Look, the Raiders started the season off flat. Why? Because one, the owner didn't want to pay the running back. Like, I understand that the running back market is changing, but you got to pay your running back. You got to play your star players at the beginning of the season. That way you can instill the confidence within your team. They know that the star players coming back, everyone is going to play up to that level and of that expectation. Now you got Devontae Adams, then you bring in Jimmy G, porn guy, right? And so he's glorified. He got free lifetime membership to the Broncos in Las Vegas. Look, I already knew he was going to lose his superpower. They say he looked like Clark Kent. That kryptonite got to him, right? So, like, right now he's sitting on they just benched him, which is a really good move as well because they need change.
No coddle time.
Exactly. No pillow talk, no coddle time. Right. So they need a change. And as you can see, their star wide receiver, he was expressing his frustration. It was all on the sports channels, even this one, right? And so right now, this change that they are going through, I think is going to be a revive for them. And we're going to see a new Raiders team because they have a new leadership in the office. So what you got to say, Ray? What you got to say?
What you got to say?
I'm saying when Ish go bad, they had to go to Wakanda. They went straight Wakanda on them.
Double
Wakanda on them. It's like, hey, we have gone to the mountain. We say, to save us.
We have walked on the mountains. We have lived in the flux by the way that you have been playing your games from the beginning of the season to now.
Man. They went from Jimmy Buffett to Run DMC to Wu-Tang Clan. They said, we need something to change this system up. Let's get this hip-hop vibe in here. Let's see if the brothers can save us right there. Antonio Pierce, hey, good luck out there, man, for the brothers out there. Get Devontae Adams the damn ball. Like take Jimmy G out there. He out there doing too much out there in the Broncos. So
get your stuff straight. Quarterback.
Yeah, you got.
I'm gonna make it.
They have a good core. They have a good core, man. You got Josh Jacobs to run the ball. You got Devontae Adams. Get that man the ball. Hand the ball off to Josh Jacobs. Play good D, and they can make a change, man. So I like the energy. I like how things are changing. And
Oh,
I did not know. I'm sure most of America truthfully didn't really know who Antonio Pierce was unless you were probably like a diehard Giant. You know, we weren't really checking for him like that. But
Giants,
seeing this
Arizona
man,
State, my man do a thing.
but I'm saying to Gen Pop, to the fair weather fans like my,
True.
But his initial press conference, I was so impressed with. As an athlete, you respond to other athletes. And that is so key, especially given the whole energy and vibe that was going on at the Raiders. You needed someone in there that these guys respected and that was going to be a straight shooter and that was going to call it like it is. He said, look, I grew up a Raider. This man went to Long Beach Poly. He said he was an NWA Raider hat Raider.
Hold up. So
yes.
my son plays Long Beach Poly Friday.
Really?
Yeah, for first playoff game, and then they 9-1. So like,
I'm sure they got some dogs over at Long Beach Poly. I'm sure they got the LBC. I'm sure they got some dogs.
Yeah, we will be in the
there.
LBC Friday night, so I'll be calling you with crocodile tears.
Maybe you say ooh.
But I think at Raider Nation, and I'll just wrap this up about the Raiders. It was a disgrace the way that they were allowing this to continue. The fans didn't deserve it. The players didn't deserve it. And I'm glad that Mark Davis decided to, on Halloween night, I don't know what prompted it, but decided enough was enough. And one time for the Raiders. Speaking of that, let's do a quick fun game. Let's do some mid-season grades. So we'll take about a minute or so. I am not going to see who these teams are, but let's just write off who we think is getting A's and who is failing thus far through 8-9 weeks. All right. The Texans.
Okay. C minus.
Okay. I like CJ.
I give them a B. I think they're progressing. I like the young quarterback there. They've made some some good plays and some good transactions. I think they're going.
Yeah, C minus. That's why they still have room to improve.
I'm gonna go C. I think that they've been in games and they've lost games. All right, the Falcons.
Trash.
Look, the Falcons are still trying to get it together. I'll give them close to a D or F. Yeah.
I think they just sat down Ritter too, so I'm gonna say a D for downgraded. All right.
Chargers.
D.
The Chargers.
D.
I'm gonna give them an F, an S for stale. Staley. Staley.
Hey, that's the flat white.
That's your flat white, Ray. That's your flat white.
I give them a D minus. The Chargers.
All right, the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, man, the Cleveland Browns.
I'm gonna give Cleveland C. Give them a C for Cleveland. C. That's what they get. Mediocre.
All right, mediocre. All right, we'll do two more. Ooh.
Oh, Jaguars.
I'm gonna say a B plus adjacent.
I'm gonna give a B minus. Because the last game they had to allow.
You were surprised. I thought they were.
I was, but still, I'm still suspect about the quarterback, Lawrence.
What?
Yes,
Trevor?
Yes.
Not the Prince of Duval.
Hey, can I speak, y'all?
No, yes.
So it's just he still hasn't commanded the game for me. And last week they put the game on Etienne's shoulders, so which he did a really good job, right? But I wanted to see more of Lawrence. He's the star quarterback, and so I need to see the star quarterback take reign and say, "I'm the leader. I'm gonna make sure I get the ball in your hands, and this hands, and I'm gonna make those big plays whenever I need to make them." So I'm gonna give them a B minus until they're able to move their way up into that A spot.
I'm still mad that me and Ashley don't have the background that you had.
I know that's a sweet background.
Hey, I appreciate you, y'all. We're doing big things over here at Ringside, baby.
Okay, last one. The Bengals, who just beat the Niners.
I'm gonna give them a B minus because I think they had coming. Like they start off the season slow, but I think they found their rhythm. You throw the ball to Jamar Chase, good things happen. You get a little bit start mixing in there. You start mixing things up, a little Joe Mixon. Everything starts to work out better for you. I think since here you go.
Come on now, y'all already know what it is. Y'all, we know who's the best in the AFC.
Cincinnati Bengals looking good right now. I like what's
They look
happening
good
over
right
there.
now, but they not the Ravens. Let me stop you right
What would
there.
you grade the Ravens then, Prince? What would you grade?
I'm grading the Ravens at A- right now.
An A-? That is so
A-.
biased. That is so biased.
Hey, I know it is, but it's okay, y'all.
Okay. Bonus question for you, Ray. What would you grade the Cowboys?
Oh, I'm gonna give us a B- right now. Like
I'd give you a B. I'd give you a higher grade. I'd give you a B.
We are up and down. The run game scares me. The inconsistency of the offense, the offensive line not being able to make plays when crucial times, 4th and 1s, and things like that. That still scares me. I think if we can get it together, we get healthy, if we figure out how to actually get some semblance of a running game, then I think we're gonna be tough to handle down the stretch. But the running game, like you said, you did the research, you watched the tape. The running game scares me to
Your
death.
kryptonite.
Rico Dowdale, somebody got to come in there. Somebody come do something. Prince, get your helmet on.
I'm ready.
Ray, they might need you, Ray. They might need you out there, Ray. I'll know what you can give them, but
I
might
can give
need you.
I can give him a hot 50. I can give him a hot 50 right now.
Maybe 12.
Yeah. But it's gonna be in spurts. I can't go the whole game right now. I can be in spurts
On the sideline with the oxygen mask on.
Remember that Vikings player? Remember that Vikings player that had the
oxygen mask?
That would be Ray.
Hey, I'm still fast. I got vision, so I might break one off for 85, and then I'll be done for the rest of the game. Pull a hamstring.
Look, Ashley, look to see you back on Ringside. We can't wait to have you back. Thank you so much. Have a great one, okay?
Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye. We'll see you later. To the
How about them Cowboys, Ray? How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? You said, how about them Cowboys? She had to say it.
Ain't nobody calling me.
They ain't.
Texting me. Paging me.
We stealing boys.
Me. Are you stealing boys? Look, we got Sam for the votes, Ray. You got some words of advice to give to people?
Man, yeah. Stay centered in yourself, man. That's one of the biggest things that I've been thinking about this week. It's about how often we get knocked off our path because we're not centered. Right? That equilibrium, that line you saw with Tyson Fury got hit in the head, he started to fall around. Sometimes we get hit in the head and we lose our balance, but it doesn't mean that we lose our centering. We get knocked down, we still have to get up and stay with what we need to do. Stay focused on our goals and our paths. So stay centered, keep locked in. When you get up from a knockdown, keep focused on your goal. You can still win the fight even though you lost the round.
Look, I'm going to get serious with you all. That was a mic drop right there, right? But I'm going to get serious with you all. Look, keep effing going. Let me say that again. Keep effing going. We all have to live this life. And at the end of this journey, you either going to say, I tried, or I gave my best. I put all of my effort into living this great life. Or you're going to say, I didn't take the risk. I didn't do what I needed to do. I wish I would have did this. You're going to live a life of regret. A lot of times when you get knocked down, you got to get back up. You got to keep going. Nobody said how this life was going to be. Nobody gave you a yellow brick road or a blueprint to live your life, but you got to keep going no matter what situation that you're in, because eventually the doors will open up. And when they do, you just continue to keep smiling. Remember that everything that you go through is a lesson. Don't think that it's a mistake, or you're getting reprimanded by God. No, these are all lessons to help you grow. If we don't have lessons, then we'll never grow. So remember, keep going, learn along the way, and every time you learn something, make sure you take a mental note of that. And the next time you get an opportunity, apply that mental note or that knowledge that you have, because that's going to turn into wisdom. And that's all that we have to say to you. Keep effing going. Don't stop. You got it within you. You already saw what Francis did. So make sure that inspires you and keeps you going every single morning. So before your feet touch the ground, before you get out of bed, you got to say, thank you, universe, for waking me up. You got to say, thank you, God, for waking me up, because this is another day where you get a chance to be great. In order to be great, you need to be grateful. And I'm done. Make sure that y'all share this channel with everyone that you care about. Hit that like and the subscribe button. Thank you for joining me and Ray for Ringside. Make sure you check out our podcast. It drops every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get your podcast from, Electrocast and everything else. You already know. We already won an award for the best podcast in 2023, the HAPA Award. So we happy about that. Ray, we got Tony Tarasco coming up on our next podcast.
Oh man, y'all gotta make sure y'all check that one out. That is a dope episode. The last few episodes have been just like straight fire, straight education. It's life for you. So go check it out. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Get us up to these million followers where we need to be. So
yes, exactly. Holla at us. We out, y'all. But remember, Ty Master just said, stop the violence. Stop the violence. That means you have to stop the conflict within your own self to stop the violence. So we appreciate that, Ty Master. Y'all have a good one. We out.
I feel like busting loose.